Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. PerfectGame.tv, official EGF, wherever you're watching from. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to the Perfect Game MLB The Show 20 tournament. My name is Gustavo Dominguez, and I am with stellar company, to say the very least. To my left, to my right, whatever it may be, I have Darren Sun here and Hunter Pence. How are you guys doing?
We're great, man. I get to hang out with this guy. I get to learn the sport from this guy, and then I get to learn gaming from this guy. I'm just a traffic cop, guys. And I know Hunter's experienced at not at the major league level as a player, but as a gamer. So this is fun, and this is great because for me, this is amateur baseball moved into gaming. These players have been dying to get going, Hunter. You know this. They've been dying to get out on the field. They get this chance in this tournament, and you're going to break it down with us.
Absolutely, Darren. It is an honor to be here. Obviously, it's an honor to be with the big league hair that you, Gustavo Dominguez, like. It inspires me. This is what e-gaming is about. This is what, being quarantined and making the best out of it. These perfect game kids chasing the dream of getting to play baseball, and just fired up to share this time with you guys.
Awesome. So, guys, let's look at the lineup, shall we?
Let's check it.
Let's take a look. Logan, by the way, Logan 3705. You will see that lineup on the right with Bo Bichette, JD Martinez, Gary Sheffield. Your old teammate from last year, Hunter, Joey Gallo, a prospect from that org. Tavares, Pete Alonso, Rogers, who's a prospect with the Rockies, Hall of Famer Gary Carter. Pence, why don't you talk about Big Toro's starting lineup, what you see there on the left on your screen?
All right, and this is one of the fascinating things that's interesting about MLB The Show is these cards could be like the actual player, or it could be like their hottest month. So the cards, like they all play very differently, and it's really fun to get to play with these different cards and players that you love from the past and future players that are coming up. So for our man Big Toro, we got Shane Victorino leading it off, who is also one of my teammates when I was with the Phillies. Amazing. Ryan Sandberg, incredible card. Been there from the beginning. Miguel Cabrera, who, by the way, is his favorite player in the 3-hole. He's from Detroit. He's Venezuelan, and he loves Miguel Cabrera. So pump for that 3-hole at bat. Going to be enjoying watching that. He's got Eddie Matthews in left field, Chipper Jones at third base, O'Neill Cruz. I don't know. I'm not familiar with that card. I'm pretty sure it's got to be one of the young prospects. The Ken Griffey card, which is a glitch in the game. It just hits homers. And Buster Posey, my good friend, as you all know. Excited to see who they have pitching and looking forward to this game for sure.
All right, awesome, guys. So, hey.
6'7" shortstop, by the way, in the Pirates organization. 6'7" shortstop.
He's a 6'7" shortstop?
Yeah, prospect Pirates.
Let's go.
And the Predators striding into the box, Bo Bichette. And we are set for baseball here this evening. First pitch of the inning is taken low and away for a ball. It's 1-0. And back-to-back pitches out of zone to begin the evening. It's 2-0 now. 2 balls and a strike. 67 degrees are game time temperature.
Exactly
Yeah, the Kluber card. So Kluber being the starting pitcher, and I mean, man, already a 2-2 count. Bo Bichette starting things off, and I mean, man. So 3 low ones. Are we going to go by him? That's already going to be the first out.
Got him fishing, man. The patience in this game is very difficult. So just so we are clear, pitching right now that's Logan, and batting is Toro. Is that correct?
Is what you may call
I think so. Yeah.
Right now, Logan through third, 705. Logan Ledesma out of Texas, Hunter. That's who's batting right now.
Yep.
And Big Toro, Guillermo Anton is working defensively. He's actually out of Doral, Florida. You're right. He is of Venezuelan descent. Guillermo Anton in the field.
Okay. So a little bit of background of these two players, Darren. I think it's pretty exciting that we have this information and that they filled this out. The question is, who inspires you as an athlete or a person? And for Big Toro, I love this. And he's about to. We got Gary Sheffield up to bat. Okay, so he's pitching right now. But Miguel Cabrera, as he's Venezuelan as well, and a player I've always looked up to because of how great he is at baseball. So that's pretty cool.
And this one's
the whole
over for a high
Miguel
strike,
Cabrera Venezuelan connection there. And then for our man Logan, Who you said he's from Florida?
On a half swing there on a pitch out of the
Logan
zone.
is
Indeed,
from
it's strike
Texas.
two.
Logan Ledesma from Texas. Triple team Hunter, the Texas Tritons.
Okay, Texas. Then that makes a lot more sense because his favorite baseball player, his favorite baseball player is Danny Santana from the Texas Rangers. Super low key, one of the best players in the game, and like last year, an unbelievable season. I'm not sure if you got to see much of him, but like you have to be a Texas Rangers fan to like know the Danny Santana secret weapon.
Flipping it over, Big Toro, Shane Victorino leading it off against the southpaw Tom Glavine, the Tom Glavine card.
Oh my gosh, bringing back the Tom Glavine.
Chet picks it up cleanly.
I haven't faced this card, but man, I faced him. And I will say he was one of the first at-bats I had as a player where I was like, I cannot believe I'm facing Tom Glavine as a rookie.
Hit hard, short.
So I'll never forget, like, it was like obviously the final years of his career, but being a kid growing up watching Tom Glavine, and this is one of the cool things about MLB The Show is that they can bring back a lot of these old-time players.
And that brings in Miguel Cabrera.
Hey, Miguel Cabrera, some action going on in the bullpen already. But this is his guy, man. You see that perfect game logo on the jersey. Good to have Miguel in a PG jersey.
Heck yeah. Look at that.
Now the 1-0.
Now are these the players' jerseys themselves, or did y'all throw these jerseys on?
He understands he has to establish that inside.
I think it might be in the game.
Gus designed those.
Oh yeah.
The player, Gus, you designed them?
Oh yeah, sure. No, it's gotta be.
That's amazing, dude.
The dedication to
it. This game, Darren, is incredible. It's super fun, and it's a lot of work to get all of that right.
And you know what? Give this guy some credit up there because
dedication to the brand. But now it's a full count, 2 outs already. Here comes the pitch, and it's just a two-seamer. Dingers. Oh no, caught out of left field. And I mean.
Through one, we got no runs, no hits, no errors, and it's a 3-inning game. Which intensifies every pitch, Darren.
He'll get us started in the top of the second.
Joey Gallo, perfect game All-American a couple of years back. Big, huge manpower.
First pitch of the at-bat.
Did you ever get to see any of his youth play? I can't imagine him as a youth.
He homered at Petco Park in a high school game. I got to call it. Not only see it, but call it.
Gosh.
Wowzers.
Well, he's fishing for the low ones right there. He doesn't do that. Last year, his patience, that was one of his big intentions for the year. And man, like his swing decision was incredible. He walked so much.
Nearly a big fly to start
just
the
a
inning
foul ball to try to break the scoring for the first game of the perfect game tournament.
And that's a
Big Gus, what's the name of this? What's the exact name of this tournament?
I think it's just the perfect game MLB The Show 20 tournament. Real simple, real sweet. It just works for a couple of these.
Straightforward. The perfect game MLB.
Ah, there you go. A little bit of a rebrand, a little bit of a switch up.
That just misses off the inside for ball one.
Prospect Pence,
Leody Taveras.
Republic, 21-year-old out. Yeah, just 21
Oh!
years old. He was having a massive spring.
Back to the wall.
Just went deep.
Did he?
Yes, he did. That's a homer for Leody. So I got to play with Leody on my rehab. I went down to AA when I was injured, and this guy's got a bright smile. He's a charismatic guy. He's fast as lightning. So pretty cool that they made the diamond card, and I get to like play with him in MLB The Show now. So our man, Big
Gentleman.
Bite at that one either. It's 2-0.
You never want to fall
already a 2-0 count.
But doing it to a guy like this is even worse.
This is a good thing.
He's got to bear down and execute for the rest of
That's
his
Big,
starting right
Big
now.
Logan. That's Big Logan taking the early lead, the 1-0 lead, getting to Kluber. Trying to get your starter to go 2 innings is scary in these 3-inning games, Darren. They get tired really quick.
Explain to me a little bit of the meta here, Hunter, because again, I'm a little new. I'm a little new to the show. But I know in 3 innings, you guys are rotating through pitchers all the time.
Yeah, so that's why in the first inning, you got to get your bullpen hot. Like, the pitchers can only handle 4 to 5 batters. If you go much more than that, Like you can see like the energy and the confidence there. To try to get 2 innings out of a starter is really asking a lot.
Now here's one hit in the air to the right side.
Facing Brendan Rodgers. Raleigh Fingers, the old Brewer with the great split-fingered fastball. Rodgers, perfect game All-American, by the way, top prospect in the Rockies organization.
Takes his first cuts in this one with a man at
Okay.
first.
Now have you got to see him play as well coming up?
Yeah.
Alonso.
Yeah, absolutely.
So a lot of the perfect gamers are the future stars right now.
To even the count. 1-1. Carter.
They are coming fast
in these matchups, facing
these are the guys going crazy like you that want to be playing baseball.
Prowess against the southpaws.
Yeah, I definitely feel for the young bucks. I'm glad that we have MLB The Show tournaments like this because you know, not getting, you know, the minor leagues. I'm pretty sure it's going to be tough for them to have a season this year.
Full count, guys.
Full count right here. Yep.
Oh my.
We might have a double. No, he's not going to be able to turn 2. He's going to be able to get 1.
Gets him, and the side is retired.
Side retired. So we got 1 run. 1 run for the big Logan, and the Toros are going to have to answer there.
Eddie Matthews. As they'll look
Toros will have to answer. Eddie Matthews, Hall of Famer, Braves legend, third base.
On the ground out to second.
And he jammed the heck out of him. Blab with the fastball on the knuckles. Yuck.
1 pitch, 1 out. It's the greatest pitch in baseball.
Standing in, Chipper Jones.
His old teammate, Chipper Jones, another Brave, modern era Brave.
That gets through. We got a nice little line drive to right.
And he can't
almost throws him out at first.
Almost a little bobble at the base.
Toro's team, Guillermo and Tom. Big Toro, by the way, Doral Academy charter. His dad is Marco. Big Toro's been loving and playing baseball since he's been 5 years for Team Venezuela in an event in South Florida.
Into the box, O'Neill Cruz, as he will take
Team Venezuela in the championship countries tournament in Weston and multiple showcases. So this guy, he's a talented young player.
Oh, that one's a deep one, but that's gonna loop right on into center field. So that's already second out.
I think that's the old can of corn, as they call it.
So a runner at first with 2 away.
Say that one again.
The can of corn. You haven't heard of the can of corn?
The can of corn. Good old blooper.
You've heard of a can of corn.
A little bit of a bait.
Of course, that was the only thing I hit, but I never gave those up when I pitched. So yes, no. A ladies and fly ball, Pence, of course, absolutely.
That moves the count to 1-2 now.
The young folks haven't heard that one. That's a good take right here. We got a nice runner on first, 2 outs, 2-2 count. Ken Griffey, this is the glitch. If you can swing at a strike.
Oh.
No, that's a. Did he get him?
Did he?
No.
Did he?
It's a can of corn.
And he'll make the catch to retire the side.
That was a little too much in the show.
Gus, you don't know can of corn for real?
Man, I mean, I'm still learning little by little. Again, you old heads, you guys are still teaching me as we go. What? Oh, bunt!
Nobody bunts on Buster Posey. Look at the bounce. Let's go. Loganator, not having it.
Looking to put the ball in play here. He went down on strikes in his first
Big
at.
Toro and Tom.
Back to the top of the lineup here. Takes the slider away. It's good in this game, Darren and Gus, to take pitches wherever you can. Like swinging at first pitches is not good.
Strike, and now it's
nasty fork ball right there from old Raleigh Fingers.
0-2, here it comes. Now a swing and a miss here as he's down on strikes.
That's already a second out.
2 down to begin the
2 down, but he's got the lead right now, so it's all going to be about pitching. That 1 run is lingering heavy.
First offering on its way.
JD Martinez can hit homers. That's a ball down the low.
But it's nothing in 1. Bases are empty here with 2 men out.
The split-fingered fastball.
Swing and a miss on the football, and he's put in the hole 0-2.
Getting on in, and this one's about to go deep over to the right. Is he going to reach again? No. A little too obvious for him. 1-2 count. Even in MLB.
Stay back.
Ooh.
The high ones are dangerous because you can really take them deep in this game if you catch up to them. It's that big high risk, high reward. He gets away with it. Sneaks the cheese.
Contest.
Oh, Rivera on Buster Posey leads it off against Mariano Rivera toward the gap.
Posey will take the turn and hit
Oh
for
my
second.
gosh.
Off in center field, Buster
And he's going to get to
Posey.
second
With
now
the
with nobody
double,
out.
Derek. To lead off the inning. That's what I'm talking about there.
Big Toro.
Josh Bell will come off the bench.
Big
now
Toro
as a
down
pinch
1-0.
hit with a runner at
Guillermo
second
going to the
and
bench.
Nobody out. And he'll power in a fastball. That
This
time
Josh
line
Bell-
looking for strike one.
Unforgettable
Working on
locks,
getting
Pence.
that tying run
This
home
Josh
from
Bell card is so good in the game. This is a dangerous situation for a walk-off homer. Mariano Rivera is sketch.
Oh.
Did he? I mean, this is a left-handed homer park,
If you
Derek.
swing at that cutter in, you're going to end up with some firewood and a broken
Get
bat.
some
And
fish
he
in
got
there.
him. Ready now,
Right
Shane
under the hands.
Victorino.
Back foot
That's he'll have
slider,
to bring home
nasty.
that tying run from second.
It's tough
with
to
the
lay
base
off
hit into
of.
the outfield. High in the air down the right field line.
Victorino to the right
Gallo
side.
is over near the line now.
And he didn't tag up either. So he's going to stay stuck at second.
You know, you can't tag
out of the inning.
Yeah, we're down to our last out. We need a clutch hit by the Rhino Sandberg himself. You can't tag up in this game. And that's going to do it for the main man, Logan.
Logan Ledesma, the Texas Titans, his travel team out of San Antonio, Texas. MacArthur High School wins it. And this the round robin portion of the battle.
Well played
Good stuff.
game. Great pitching, great defense, and one clutch homer from Leody Tavares. That seals the first victory.
Gus, are you surprised? It was a guy who's a prospect. It was a unique choice on that card, and that's the difference in the game. Surprised you?
I mean, just again, we looked at the lineup earlier, and it kind of seemed like he had at least a little bit more solid of a lineup. But it came down to pitching. It came down to the baits. You know what I mean? A lot of low ones. A lot of low ones. And at least from my limited experience in MLB The Show, I mean, those are the ones that get me the most. They look so tempting.
Pence, you're a Texan. Pence, you're a Texan. This is a Texas guy. His dream school is Texas Tech. He'd love to play there someday. He's a 23 grad, so he's only 14. He's got a couple of more years, but you know, a guy in the Texas system, interestingly enough, as I was just asking Gus about it, you know, that's not a big name. It's not a Hall of Famer. It's a guy who's coming up that unique card from the prospect world.
Yes, and this is the new thing with MLB The Show 20 is they have the future stars. They built like their future year, and so it's a diamond card. It's a really strong card and a really incredible player. Look, you know, with a bright future ahead of him. I think Gus hit the nail on the head. Being able to have plate discipline is key. And if you're swinging at the bad pitches, those ones that are low in the dirt, which I do all the time, it's tough to score runs. That's for sure.
So we rarely, sorry, Gus, I got one more for him. We rarely have a chance to, and you guys did with the major leaguers for sure, and it was amazing to watch through MLB.com. But rare is it that these young athletes have a chance to bring someone who's at that level into their fold, and that's you. And you game where you play a game that you play in real life. How authentic do you find it to be? How fun do you find it to be? Look, you've stood in against 100. You've stood in against a cutter from heck. You've seen what that's like. How fun and authentic is it to game the game you play?
There is a lot of good feels because the visuals of the stadiums are so beautiful and so artistic, and the players and their movements look really good. Obviously, it's a different skill set, you know, hitting your left thumb, but the anticipation, you know, mastering your timing and like the eye recognition is really fun. And actually, I was talking today to Tyler Anderson. And we were just talking about how MLB The Show can really help you understand like the timing of like, he says like a lot of times in this first and second inning, like you're trying to figure out the release point of like your slider and you're trying to figure out the release point of a certain pitch. And like a lot of times in this game with like the pitching, there's a timing aspect and each pitcher has a different timing. It could be slow, it could be fast. And like you could throw a curveball and like you mean for it to be low and you're like late and he throws it high. And it's just really fun to kind of like put into perspective. And me as a hitter, like learning the timing of pitching and how tough it is and how hard it is when people take pitches. There's a lot you can learn from this game and there's a lot of similarities and it feels really good to play. That's for sure.
Gus, you've broadcasted college baseball, man, and you've been behind the microphone for the real deal in Florida. You shared that with us. But you're a gaming expert, and
Yes, sir.
you're somebody who's part of the broadcast for not just this, but multiple games across the board, different challenges. Do you find it fun for the athletes, for yourself, being a part of baseball and MLB The Show?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, especially now in the transition. I mean, Hunter could tell you so much about it because of the Players League, but at least transitioning over from that real life spectrum at the Diamond, and then maybe hitting up a couple of players, being like, hey, we're playing the show tonight, or maybe get on a game of Fortnite, something of the sort. I mean, it's at least a good time to stay connected. At least in this time that we're all self-quarantining, and things are slowly easing in back. So I mean, as you said earlier, Hunter, when we were off stream, we'll get back to the Diamond as soon as possible. We'll be fine.
Yes, indeed.
Intimidated, by the way, by your guys' level of hair. I feel like I got a lot of work to do, man. I really do.
All right,
Both
looks
you guys
like we
are
got
like
it.
all Americans.
How do you stay so classy during the self-quarantine? Like, are you cutting your own hair? Is your wife a barber, or how did you do it?
Sure. As far as you know, my wife's a barber. We'll just keep it at that.
Or what?
All right, folks.
Does she cut your hair? Does she cut your hair?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
How do you keep this perfect shine and this?
I can't tell you until it's legal.
Oh, okay.
All right, folks.
Hey, is Logan going to join us?
Yes, sir. Logan joining in now. Logan, can you hear us? You're live.
Yes, I can hear you.
All right, what's up, Logan? Congrats on the win.
Thank you.
All right, any questions
Logan,
for good
I'll
old
jump
Logan?
in here. Yeah, I'll jump in here early, and I'll let Pence talk baseball with you. But before we talk about the game, about yourself, I mean, you're a player. You play the sport. You play in the middle infield. You're a guy who'd love to go to Texas Tech someday. We know about you at MacArthur High School. Tell us a little bit more about who you are as a baseball player. We watched you play with regard to gaming, but who are you as a real-life baseball player, Logan?
In real life, I like to call myself a leader of the team. I bat leadoff for pretty much every team I've ever played for. So I think my main skill is speed, and so when I get on base, I steal all the way around. And
Love that. Speed is a valuable weapon in the game of baseball. Always great to have that great leadoff hitter. And we got to say, you hit your homer with the Leody Taveras card, who I got to play with in AA while rehabbing, who is a speedy guy as well. What's your feelings of your lineup and of the Leody Taveras card?
it's funny that you brought him up because I was really thinking about replacing him, but he was one of the cards that I was not sure about leaving in. But I had done good with him in previous games, knowing that he's a switch hitter. So I stuck with my gut and I left him in, and that's what basically won the game for me. My only hit.
And it seems like you're a big Texas fan. Your favorite player is Danny Santana of the Texas Rangers. Oh my gosh, my teammate last year, phenomenal year. Speak a little bit about your what made Danny Santana your favorite player. That's really cool.
Last year, I think I pretty much watched every single Ranger game out of the whole year, and he just really stuck out to me with everything he did. It was like the guy that no one really expected. They all were watching Hunter Pence, and they were watching Joey Gallo, and they were watching all those guys, but Danny Santana really snuck out of nowhere. I thought that was awesome.
Danny Santana had a 2020 season last year, and like nobody talked about him. He's speed, he's power, he's always got a smile, he's clutch. Love that pick, and that's a great call. And you really watched your baseball. If you know, that's a real baseball fan right there. Much appreciation of that call. Can you speak a little bit about Patty Mills of the Spurs as your inspiration?
He's been an inspiration for me since I was little because of, he's not the tallest guy. I think he's barely 5'11", 5'10", and I'm pretty small myself. I've grown up being, the small guy on the team. So, watching him go around running circles around everyone and being one of the best players on the court at all the time while being that small was really an inspiration to me.
Oh my gosh, that is amazing. And I think it's really important to never forget, I think my phone is going off. Can y'all hear that? What is going on?
Yeah, we heard all of that, Hunter. That was
You're
well
watching.
done. I like it.
What are you watching?
What did it say? What did it say? I don't even know. My phone just turned on its own. I apologize, Logan.
It's all right.
But
There's a
I
lot of
want to say,
applause, Hunter.
I have no idea what that was. All right. I was like hearing a noise outside of my headphones. I had like a little bit of your stuff up, but I want to say I think it's inspiring and it's important to have those role models and to know that, like, especially in baseball, size isn't as powerful as your heart. And don't let anyone tell you what you can and can't do based on size. You know, like, stick with that, man. That's a great story, Logan. Thank you so much for sharing.
Of course.
Gus, Darren?
No, I was letting it pause. I was leaving Gus the spot. Logan, I got something for you. During this time, I've loved learning from athletes like Hunter, but all the way down to guys that are younger like you. What are you doing, Logan, to stay active, to stay mentally active and physically active? You're a baseball player. You want to play like Hunter does in the big leagues. But right now, what are some of the drills you've been able to do, and what are some things you've been doing to keep your mind right as well?
Over the past month or so, me and my dad we cleared out a space in my backyard, and we built a batting cage, and I've been out there taking about 200 cuts a day, and then I throw in my front yard, and I'm just trying to stay loose for whenever we go back, because it could be any day now. So I'm trying to just be prepared as if we're gonna.
Gotcha. All right, you know what?
Israel, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, all right, man. He was a good athlete, a heck of an athlete. Can he hang with you still a little bit?
No.
Ooh.
Okay.
He likes to think he can.
Oh, well, thank you, man. This is great stuff. We really appreciate it, Logan. Congratulations on jumping out to a 1-0 start.
Thank you.
Good luck the rest of the way, Logan. Awesome game, man. Well played.
Thank you.
All right, folks, we're going to be transitioning real quick. We're going to be watching Wazy and Austin Beck, Jack Wiseman and Austin Beck playing in just a little bit. So, ladies and gentlemen, please stay healthy, stay safe, stay tuned, because we'll be right back in just a couple of seconds. Guys, you guys ready for some more MLB?
Absolutely.
Yes.
All right, we'll be back in just a little bit, guys.
We are back. Big Gus.
Yeah, they're going to get going right away. Austin Beck is out of Allen, Texas. He's an active athlete. He's a 21 grad, 17 years old. He's played at 9 perfect game events. Jack Wiseman, young Balla, West Palm Beach Vipers out of South Florida. This is at William T. Dwyer High School. He's 14 years old. He's a 23 grad. There's way more to introduce and to explain, Hunter, but these are some talented young men.
Yes, absolutely. We want to get started with, like, introducing their lineups here, and so
sure.
I got to get the names here. A. Beck. I was scrolled a little bit wrong, so A. Beck's going to be leading off with Ryan Sandberg. He's got Juan Soto in the 2-hole, Mike Trout in the 3-hole, Chipper Jones batting 4th, Steve Irwin at shortstop, Matt Olson at first base. It's an incredible card. Buster Posey hitting 7th, O'Neill Cruz in right, and he's pitching with Kluber.
I got a ball, one strike.
And our other one is our other player. That's young Wiseman, young Balla.
I got the
Young
count.
Balla
1 and
is
2.
batting with Minnie Minosa, so he's up to bat right now, leading off. Joe Exotic at second base, the Tiger King at second base. Let's go.
Oh, there he is.
At third base. Oh, here comes Joe Exotic. Wow, did he ever create him perfectly?
He's got the flowing mane and everything.
So we got one down. He's got Eddie Matthews hitting third, Todd Helton at first, Jazz Chisholm at short. That's got to be a young prospect. I'm sure
No balls, 2
Darren, you know
strikes.
about him. Brian Anderson in right field, Joey Bart, the big prospect with the Giants, catching
1 ball, 2
solo
strikes
in
to
center
count.
field. This is going to be quite two good lineups. Looking forward to seeing the game.
Yeah, 2
Ooh.
talented young athletes as real-life
He's out.
players, too, so I'm excited about this one.
Batting third.
Already 2
Yes,
down.
Third baseman. Eddie.
Yeah, Jazz
Matthew.
Chisholm, by the way, is a big-time prospect. He's from the Bahamas. He was having a massive spring. He's saddened that it came to an end. Certainly, this is a guy that's fun to watch.
Have you seen him play yet?
I have. Arizona
Leading
Fall
off for
League.
the Bobcats.
Good ball player.
The
Diamondbacks.
second baseman, Ryan.
Man, you've seen
Denver.
everyone play. That's
No,
incredible.
Pence. No.
Counts 1-0.
Haven't seen them all. I haven't seen Austin Beck and Jack Weissman play in person. Maybe
Well,
they're
wait,
next.
You're getting to see him play sort of in person.
You might have a
no,
keener
digital.
eye than most scouts.
Digital person. Yeah, Big Wisey and Austin Beck. Austin
Nope,
Beck's from Texas
outside.
and Wisey's from Florida. Just to clarify that a little bit. Getting to know these guys. Let's look up a little bit of...
Hey!
Count's already deep, 3-1. Here comes the pitch, and it's going to be a four-seamer right down the middle, a little bit out to the left, and that's just going to be a bloop. Fly out to center field.
Batting second.
Yeah, we got one
The
down.
left fielder.
Bottom of the first.
From one down to Juan Soto.
Yeah, Juan Soto, Mike Trout, Chipper Jones. How about
0-1's
rolling
the
out
count.
those three in succession?
That's quite a challenge for
That counts 1-1.
Kopesh to deal with. I can't wait to see him come back healthy this year. Man's dropping 100
Oh,
with ease.
I got
102
2-1 to
right
count.
there. Juan
Michael
Soto,
Kopech, by the way, a perfect came All-American as well, Hunter
2
Pence.
balls, 2
that
strikes.
doesn't
Oh, my.
surprise me. That doesn't surprise me. Basically, everyone that's making it in the big leagues these days comes from the perfect game tournaments, but he just got lit at. That's a homer with a foul rig. Is that Juan Soto right there? That card is so good. We're playing
Yes,
at
sir.
the Ship. So this stadium,
Batting
guys,
third.
if you haven't played
The
much
center
MLB,
fielder.
this is a home run
Mike.
stadium. So we could see a higher
plate ball
score
one.
for sure.
Yeah, in a stadium like this, both players they would need to mutually accept in terms of stadium choice.
2 balls,
I
no
mean, if
strikes.
anything, this lineup heavily favors, like you mentioned, cards like Juan Soto, who already in regular MLB stadiums, already hit dingers. And now at this point,
I would say that this is probably the most common played at stadium if you're playing online.
Gotcha.
Batting
Yeah, so
second.
this is like what I would
The
say
third
is
baseman.
considered, because like look at how good you can see the ball. It's got like a good backdrop, and people like scoring runs and homers. So like, this is just a stadium that I've played a lot of high scoring games, and most people have played this one a lot. I love the Ship. This is a good one.
right. Sorry, 2 down, but already a little bit of a lead here, and that's yet another pop. to the
Just misses his pitch
Oh.
right down the middle there.
Good timing, too. Just a little bit more up on the contact, and that would have been pretty much out of here over to center. But here we go. Already done a second
Leading
inning.
off for Jupiter, the first baseman, Todd Helton.
0-1.
Listen to that announcer, the big Todd Helton up to bat. So right now it's Austin Beck who has the lead on Wisey, right? That's correct.
That's correct. Austin Beck has the lead on Wisey. Young Balla, as he calls himself.
Batting fifth.
Young Balla with the
shortstop.
bold pink
Jazz
highlights to the
Chisholm.
uniform, the cutoff sleeves with pink shirts underneath and pink socks and a pink stripe.
Love it. It just fits the whole aesthetic. You got Joe Exotic.
Nope.
You've got that pink.
It does.
You've got everything.
It does fit the Joe Exotic theme. If only we get back. It's only a 3-inning game. Please let him get back to Joe Exotic hitting again. For whatever reason, though, I have Joe Exotic as a left-handed hitter, not a right-handed hitter.
Does seem like a. I mean, do we even have that background? Is Joe Exotic the real life person, a lefty or a righty?
I did not dive
That's
deep
out.
enough in my research. I've got to offer up an apology for that.
Gotta get the scouting report up.
Darren, we're going to need these stats. We're going to need these stats pronto.
Right,
He
right.
gets them with the high cheese right there for the second out. This is a big
Batting
second
fifth.
inning.
The right fielder, number 15, Brian Anderson.
Brian
Weissman, by the
Anderson.
way, a really, really good real-life
no
athlete.
strike.
Freshman baseball on varsity, freshman on golf varsity, too. Jack Weissman in West Palm Beach.
Is that right?
Wow.
Real good
1-1.
all-around athlete.
It's exciting to have players from all over the country competing in this MLB The Show tournament, as you know, being self-quarantined and not being able to play on the field. Just really glad that we get to be a part of this, and that these kids are getting this experience to still keep those competitive juices flowing.
Leading off.
Right, we have almost all 50 states represented, Hunter. It's incredible, and kids from down in the Caribbean. It's been huge, the signups for this.
Right, over 250 thus far.
That's incredible. Oh no, he's bringing in Ryer Fearbrand. Oh my gosh, guys, this is hacks. So, Darren,
real cheese.
Do y'all know anything about this card or this guy?
Nope.
I know about Ryan, but not the card itself.
So this is a non-real player. He's like a 49, like the lowest rated player, but he's like the
right.
most
The count is 1 and 2.
He throws a left-handed knuckleball that's like unhittable. This is like considered the ultimate cheese. And he rips a perfect liner back at him. How do you like that?
He's from the story mode, if I'm not mistaken.
Is that where Fearbrand's from?
I would expect so. Most of the custom players are from that mode.
No, this isn't a custom player. This guy is actually in the game. It's like he's like you can open him in packs, and he's just like the lowest rating card, but he's like the craziest strong card.
Oh gosh.
But it's a weird like they threw like a little secret character in there kind of thing.
1 and 1.
Gotcha.
Watch this knuckleball, Darren, if he throws it. He's throwing too many fastballs.
He threw a knuckler earlier, but look at that. Isn't able to get the tag.
You should not be throwing any fastballs with Fearbrand.
Buster.
Yeah, all of his fastballs thus far are about that 85 mark. Oh, but look at that knuckler! Oh my god!
Darren, can you see
wow.
Well, no, but obviously the hitters can't see it either. I mean, when you see something like that, have you ever faced a left-handed knuckleball, Hunter?
No, I have not. Other than in this game, this character, and it is frustrating.
Oh, look at that. He's already stealing. However, he's going to get it.
No, he's in
That's
there.
a save.
He's in there. It's a bag. And he's got the noises. Austin Beck.
Have some movement in the bullpen, too.
What are these jerseys, by the way? That's like pretty classic. What does it say on the front? Mustangs, or what is it?
Texas State.
Texas State.
The white ones?
Okay. Oh, that says Texas State.
That's exactly right.
Okay.
Yep. These are all schools you're very familiar with, Pence.
I just couldn't see it. I couldn't see the actual. I played against Texas State. They were in my conference when I was UTA Maverick alum.
UT Arlington, Hunter Pence.
Speaking about the whole esports side of UT Arlington, too, just this past weekend, I had the pleasure of commentating their Rocket League side. Ended up getting second in in the Power Series tournament.
Oh, he beat it. He beat it.
Yeah, their esports teams have been really good at UT Arlington.
Oh yeah. Crew.
Great on and off the field, it seems, both in the virtual sense and even on the field. We're actually seeing a switch up here again.
Your attention, please.
Going to be JD Martinez stepping up with 2 outs.
JD Martinez.
Oh, the Corey Kluber. Oh no, he pulls him out early.
It's a double pinch hitter. At least he got Fearbrand.
Oh!
Coming into pinch hit.
To Joey Gallo.
The mind games.
Austin's inspiration, I think this is pretty cool. He says, "My dad pushes me to be better not only as a baseball player, but also as a man." Love that.
Oh, look at that!
Bro, that sounded way too good.
What's out of here? 2-run homer. Going to right field.
And that's kind of how Joey does it in real life, Darren.
Your attention, please.
You're just like, oh, here's an at-bat, he's taking, boom, it's a home.
Why is he going big, and he even pinch hits in? Mike Moustakas.
0-1's the count.
So he's going big, and it's only the second inning. Still got the third one to go, and it's going to be a deep hole here for Austin to make his way back in, and oh, not again.
Perfect.
That's out of here. The perfect man is at 2 thus far in the inning.
And Darren, this ship, I told you, you can hit a lot of homers here. This ballpark is, as you see.
Now batting second baseman, Ryan.
They agree upon this yard coming in, so it's who takes advantage of it the most.
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, these are perfect hits as well, so you can't really be too upset about it. That's for sure.
Yeah, in our last game, we didn't get too many perfects either, but he's just been wailing out to the outfield almost every single time, as we even get a just early and good over to the left. Now we have even yet another opportunity here for a steal.
So Austin last year, he says that one of his best perfect game experiences is making it to the championship last year in the Super 25 National Championship.
2 strikes. He's safe.
Safe in there. The speed stats and steal stats.
He just looks like he's incredible.
Oh no!
This isn't the yard. This is just good hitting.
Oh, now that's wonderful. So good stuff from Wisey, at least in that inning. And Austin, he has to make up quite a bit of ground.
Your attention, please. Now pitching.
Oh, was that an out? Did I miss that?
Oh, that wasn't out. Oh yeah, it was close to it, but it was a little bit before the wall. So now he actually brings out Raleigh Fingers for the last inning.
Interesting choice to bring in Raleigh Fingers. Raleigh Fingers is one of the best cards in the game, and to wear the stamina down on that guy up 4-0 is that's bold.
Yeah, his stats at least, and in terms of variation in his pitches are pretty good. I mean, just a slider alone, gonna be a consistent 95.
Batting eight. The center fielder.
Ball. That's
Juan
inside.
Soto.
Enough
It's a
for
really pro take. We got a base runner. We got action. Wow. Really keyholing him. That's another
3 balls,
ball.
no strikes.
Juan Soto with the pro take. 3-0.
Gonna be warming up a couple of pitchers too. Wisey. In a 3-0 count too. Just wants to make this count. At least gonna get one out of him.
3 balls, 1 strike.
Gets him way out in front of the forkball. Another one right down the middle. Coming straight at him. The payoff pitch. And it is hammered.
Oh,
Off the wall.
No,
Please
he's
don't
in
make a
there.
base running mistake. Okay, we got action here.
do you get a chance? No outs too, so he has a perfect setup here to make a little bit of a comeback.
Wisey
Your attention, please.
represent
Pinch hitting.
his favorite player, by the way, Roberto Clemente. Or no,
Mondesi.
is that his inspiration or favorite player? His favorite player is Christian Yelich. Much respect there. His favorite team is the Miami
who by the
Marlins.
way, is just about everyone's these days, Hunter. You know, I mean, everyone loves Christian Yelich these days.
I mean, he's an awesome human. That could be a double play ball right there.
He's
That's
out.
gonna hurt.
That 97 speed.
Who was that hitting?
The batter.
Joe Exotic.
Number
Please get it
9.
to Joe Exotic and let him tie the game. We got one out and a runner on first. And Manny Minosa up to bat. Exotic's on deck, guys. He's a
Ladies and
switch
gentlemen,
hitter.
Your attention,
Beautiful.
please. Now pitching. Roberto.
It's gonna be in a little bit, but Mini Minoso
0-1.
gonna go deep off to the right, and we actually do got a steal. And I mean, that's gonna be beautiful. I mean, his speed stats
That was
97.
yeah.
gonna get that almost every single time.
He just needs base runners right now. I guess he's trying to stay out of the double play. So at least we'll get to see Joe Exotic hit, as long as he doesn't get picked off.
Safe.
Oof, that was scary.
We want to see the main. We want to see the Tiger King. Oh, yeah, that one's gonna be an out. Wait, what is this? The fake out. Woo-hoo-hoo!
That was bold. You just need the out. This is not fundamental
Now
baseball.
batting.
there.
Number
Gus.
24.
Oh no, the broken bat. That's gonna be it.
Here's Joe Exotic's bat to finalize the victory. What a way to finish right there.
Man, oh man. So I mean, Why is he not able to step up? And ladies and gents,
Why does he put up a little there, though? He made it interesting from down 4-0, getting base runners right there. That was
Right.
nice.
Yeah, that's going to be a
Nice
big one
game.
here from Austin. And man, what a game. I mean, a dominant one to say the very least, especially over to that second inning. And I mean, the fielding decisions from Austin, at least in the third inning, incredibly impressive. I would have just gone for that first base throw every time, but he juked him out too.
Here now is our final line score. First, for
That actually, Darren and Gus, that is really difficult play. Like,
Oh, yeah.
Austin is a really good MLB The Show player. Like, and he just showed it. Like, that was actually really high level play, and that was fun to watch. Like, that is not easy to do what he just did.
Yeah, stellar stuff. And I mean, Austin showing up, and we're gonna have him for an interview very soon. But any thoughts on the game, boys?
Yeah, I love the creativity of both these athletes. I love that not only once they started playing, but leading into it, choosing, as you said, Hunter, the ship, the uniform, the creativity, repping the home state with the Texas State jerseys, the pink, the Joe Exotic. You know, and there's what's fun about this. There's a little bit of an age gap here. You're talking about one guy who's 17, another guy who's 14. Jack years old. And Austin is 17, and yet it was a great battle, and really loved that part of it. Hey, I got video back, by the way. I called that game blind with you guys, so that was fun.
I was wondering because
Right.
you were I was like, is Darren gonna talk here? No wonder that
You
makes
guys
it
were
a-
beautiful. I felt like I had Vince Scully and Gus calling it.
yeah.
I was with you, so I'm
Of
glad.
course.
I'm glad. Hey,
Yeah,
the
of
world
course.
of modern broadcasting during a pandemic, right?
Exactly. This is the 2020 at its finest, classic.
Pence, I listened to your calls. I understood the description. Gus, you were right there with him. Beautiful, boys. I'm proud. I'm proud. I feel like a proud father.
Well, we
man.
definitely need you to have the video footage because I was like, what is happening, Darren?
Darren, help me out of here.
No,
No worries.
you guys were great. The athletes were great. The athletes.
Yes.
The fun thing about Austin is this is a guy. Not only are we going to hear from him, but just a quick aside, we have these fun partnerships. Austin's going to be on MLB Network Radio now on Sunday on MLB Round Trip, Hunter, the same show that you were on a couple of weeks ago. Now you're on that station all the time, I understand, but the show that Perfect Game hosts. So we're going to go ahead and bring him on as an extended guest on Sunday's show worldwide on MLB Network Radio.
And speaking of him, I mean, we got him here for an interview, so I mean, you might have him on the show a little bit later, but we get a sneak peek of it. Austin, you're live, my friend. Can you hear us?
Yep.
All right, welcome, my man.
Thank you.
Hey, Austin, man, congratulations on the win. We really appreciate it. Let's talk life a little bit. I know Hunter wants to talk baseball. Gus wants to talk gaming with you.
Mm-hmm.
But Allen, Texas, middle infielder. You've got pretty high hopes on who you want to be. We've seen you at PG about 10 times doing a lot of good things. Heck, in your PG career, you got about a 400 on-base percentage. So, yourself as an athlete, as who you are as a player, give me a little bit of a scouting report. If you're to write it up and share it with a major league organization, Austin, how would you describe yourself as a player?
I'd like to consider myself a player who can excel at like hitting balls in the gaps and taking the pitch wherever it's pitched. I'm quick in the field. I like making plays out there for my pitchers, make it easier on them. Yeah.
So Austin, your favorite player, you're from Texas. By the way, great game, and your MLB The Show skills are on point. That was impressive stuff watching as a guy who plays quite a bit. But your favorite player is Gleyber Torres of the Yankees.
Yep.
Talk a little bit about how Gleyber Torres became your favorite player.
So, in 2017, when the Astros were playing the Yankees, in the ALCS, I was really upset when they lost, and they kind of stole it from the Yankees, the World Series. So, then last year, when the Yankees again playing the Astros, and then yeah, it's just like Altuve hits that bomb and off of Chapman. It was really sad. And I was like on my way to a showcase like in Houston, and I was in my hotel room watching that game, and like I was really into it. And I know Glaber was like, I was watching him throughout the whole thing, and he was just a beast, and I loved it.
Okay, so his playoff performance sparked you to be a big Glaber fan. Are you a big fan of his card in like Battle Royale? Because I love the Glaber card in Battle Royales. Okay, so all through and through. And I think it's also really cool that your hero is your dad, and he pushes you to be better not only as a baseball player, but also as a man. Can you speak a little bit about your connection with your dad and what you guys are doing during this quarantine?
Yeah, so he's like always the one who was like, before I got my driver's license, he would always drive me to these tournaments and stuff and showcases, and he'd always be around me. And we actually made an exercise room. We got like a whole lifting rack for me to work out with, and he's just like really devoted to helping me succeed in life and as a baseball player too.
Tremendous stuff. There's nothing better than baseball and training and going through that whole process with your dad, with your pops. And I can really relate to that. And my dad definitely pushing me and teaching me work ethic and the discipline and the life lessons that baseball gives you. So really, really pumped to hear that that's your hero. Gus, you got any gaming questions for our man Austin?
Well, absolutely. I mean, I just want to know, first of all, I mean, in terms of MLB play that I've seen in the past couple of days, because again, I'm not exactly the biggest The Show connoisseur in a sense. I played all the way back in like MLB The Show 14, and I've only recently been getting back into things. You've got things on lock, my friend. How long have you been playing The Show?
Well, I think I started playing either 15 or 16. And then I took a break last year and I focused a lot on baseball. Like last summer, it was just strictly baseball. I played very few video games. So I didn't play The Show 18, or 19, I believe. And then I hopped on 20, and I guess my skills are just still there.
Well, there you go. There you go. And then, in terms of actually putting in time to The Show 20, I mean, timing was pretty good for yourself. I mean, how are you, at least in terms of gaming, how are you spending your time other than playing The Show? What other games are you playing?
I actually don't really play any other games. I just love the game of baseball, and playing this game just kind of frees me because, you know, quarantine hasn't allowed me to get out there on the field and stuff. So.
Gotcha.
Austin, I gotta like back you up on that. The feels of this game when you can't play baseball, it heals like an itch that when we can't get outside, because it just feels like the sounds and the stadiums and the and the feels. And honestly, I do think that it helps with your timing and your pitch decision. There's a lot of rhythms and stuff, so it's one of the best things if we're gonna be stuck inside. You know, we can do some of our physical training, but this is, and a lot of pitchers actually are using this even before quarantine to like basically visualize before the games. You know, Giolito said that like he would like line up the opposing team, and he would get his scouting report from his catcher. He would text it over to him, and he would pitch as himself against the team and like pitch with the scouting report. So much love and appreciation that you're doing this, and I feel you there on being stuck inside and not being able to play baseball. That's really cool.
Yeah, that's crazy. I love hearing the crack of the bat on those perfects. There's nothing like it.
Yeah, and you got quite a few of them, and I was feeling it with you right there, man. That was incredible skills. It's not easy to hit it perfect like that. It's like when Darren and Gus, if I could give the explanation, it's like when you hit a home run in a real game, it gives you like that sensation. Or when you like really, I play maybe very few games of golf, maybe like 10 games of golf in my life, but maybe each time I hit one ball right, and you know that feeling that you hit one right and you're like, oh yeah, I got this. Would you agree? Oh yeah,
like I mean, I've hit a very few home runs in my career, but when I hit it, like I know it's out, and I know that feeling, and it's amazing.
It's the best. Austin, man, thank you
Austin,
so much.
Let me grow you up. I was just going to say, sorry, Hunter, let me grow you up just a little bit. Physical therapy is what you want to do. Maybe you'll play as long as Hunter does in the big leagues, but talk to me about what tweaks your mind a little bit, the passion behind studying physical therapy. What goes into that with regard to your mind?
Well, throughout high school, I've been studying like anatomy and physiology and stuff like that, and it just, I don't know, I just seem to like it, and I like to help people with their problems, so that's my thought process.
And athleticism for you, right? So you're a good athlete, you're talented, you're on your way, hopefully getting to play at the next level in college somewhere. But your mom was the college athlete, right?
Yep.
Your dad went to Wisconsin, Milwaukee. Your mom was a college hoopster. I got to know about your mom, Lori, and her game, a little bit of her athleticism, please.
Well, she says that she could have gone to the WNBA, but that wasn't around at that time. But I don't know about that. She says she was pretty good. Yeah, she grew up in Wisconsin. She had like 3 or 4 brothers to play with, so that toughened her up. But yeah, having her with that experience is really nice.
I say you buy the story 100%. If she told you that, you buy it, you run with it, don't doubt it. You want to eat well, you want your clothes clean, you want a good life. I say you buy that story 100%.
For sure.
She played at Viterbo. That's
sure.
where the athleticism comes from. Thank you, Mom. Thank you,
Yep.
Mom. We appreciate that. That's good stuff. Austin, this is great, man. This is great. Peace. Good luck.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Hey, have a good one.
Congrats on the win, man. Good game and good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to jump right into our next game, which is Nathan Goodman, a.k.a. Bombs for Days, facing off against James Dooley or James Dolly, a.k.a. JB. So, ladies and gentlemen, please stay tuned as we'll be with that game in just a couple of seconds. Yeah, I mean, I think the action's been pretty good so far, so I'm ready for yet another big game here of MLB The Show here at the Perfect Games Esports Invitational. We'll be back in just a little bit.